We talked a little bit about it before. I want to like kind of dive into it a little bit more, like my opinion on Blue Lips, because yo, man, I just want to say, I feel like Q broke my music taste.
Mm.
And I say this
Okay.
because for the last week, I've been listening to really nothing else but Blue Lips.
Mm.
And it's made me so disgusted by everybody else. Like a lot of the people, like a lot of the people that are doing this rap shit, a lot of the people that are making art who aren't really taking as much time, which clearly this art that he just dropped, he spent a lot of time on it. It's
He took
18
a lot of
songs,
time with it.
but it feels like 36 different songs on here. And even then
Yeah.
finishing it, I'm like, damn, I kind of want more. You know, like I
Yeah.
already want more art from him. But this has been art that he's sat on for years. He says some of these songs are like 4 or 5 years old, which is
Yep.
amazing. You know, and we talked a little bit about it with Nicole of like sitting on art and really having those people who like know they have something good, but they're like, nah, it's not ready yet. Nah, I gotta like. And Q really cares about this stuff. He talked
Yeah.
on back on Fig about how he got goosebumps, but he couldn't find a groove, and that's how like it went to Travis, which I think
Yeah.
is great. He's like, damn, like I could have just used it's like Travis, and they said the beat was called Goosebumps, like when it was sent to him, and Travis
Mm.
just used that, and it was called
Just use
Goosebumps, and
that.
he's like, damn,
Yeah.
yo, why not just do that? Like why can't I just find that groove? But all in all, yo, Blue Lips is phenomenal. Every song, like I've listened to it front to back many times already. At this point, I
Yeah.
have it on shuffle. I'm like
Yeah.
trying to find things that I hate about the album at this point. I'm like, I
Yeah.
can't like this so much. I gotta like listen to it on shuffle. I'm like, does it not work? And it still does. And I'm like, damn, that's a good album. That's a great album, dog. A really, really great
Yeah.
album. And
What?
nah, I just that's really it, yo. TDE is smoking it. Like I think somebody put together a list of like TDE's drops of the decade so far, like from 2020 to 2024.
Yeah.
And a lot of people talk about TDE being over. I think we were on this podcast talking about we think it's really over. But yo, like between Kendrick's drop of Damn, SZA dropping, Zay dropping, Reason dropped, Schoolboy just dropped, and there's more stuff to come. Like
Soul Drop too.
yeah, Soul dropped, right?
Yeah.
And I think J Rock is probably dropping sometime this year as
Yeah.
well. So yeah, this is.
I think this year will determine a lot. I think they're doing great for sure. I think Schoolboy's project is probably a top 3 TDE project, and that is a hell of a catalog to be a top 3 in. You know what I mean? Like it's just one of those. Man, it's got to be To Pimp a Butterfly. Probably Damn in this. Like it's like for me, like just again, man, I love this album. I love this album in a way that I haven't loved an album in so long. Again, as you get older, your taste definitely changes and it becomes more niche, I guess, and which is why like most music is not marketed towards older people because
You
they're
want more. You
too
expect more. From people,
yeah,
probably.
you expect too much, right? So um as you get older, it just gets harder to get people to like your music. And this album made me feel like a kid again. Believe it or not, it just made me feel like I enjoyed listening to music. I'm a fan of Schoolboy Q's in a way that like I'm not like, oh, that verse didn't have enough bars in it, or or the flow on it. Like I don't care, bro. That shit sounds amazing. Like it literally is just is great. And you don't really need I don't need no reviews to tell me it's great. I don't need people online to like agree with me. Like I'm cool. Yeah. Like if I was the only one to have that album and like just like yo, Schoolboy Q came to me like, yo, bro, this is just for you. Don't let nobody hear it. Don't even let nobody know you got it. I would be 100% okay with that. You know what I mean? Like it's really, really great music. And I'm not doing it on shuffle, but what I'll do a lot of times for certain albums, because I do like listening in the order that the artist made, but I'll like break it up. So I have like 4 sections, right? So sometimes I just want to hear Pig Feet and Germany 86. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'm just in that bag. Sometimes I do want to listen to Yearn 102.
Time Killers, Pig Feet, like that whole like run right there, yo.
Like, bro, that's a hell of a last 5 records, bro. You know, like that's man. Nah, he went crazy, bro. He went. You can pick any spot on that album, and you're gonna find something amazing. Ohio is great. Like it's just love Freddie's. I loved all the contributions. I don't know who that guy that's on Movies is, but that's a great fucking verse, bro.
Yeah.
It's just like everybody came through, man. And yeah, this is something that where the taste and the skill met, right? We just had the taste versus skill argument. And this is where the taste versus skill. This is ScHoolboy operating at his highest level, in my opinion. So just incredible. And
he's happy.
10 out of 10.
Like, 10 out of 10. You could tell that he's come like very far. And I'm finally starting to get like, I think, I'm finally at this time. Like, I know you probably gonna love or hate this comment, but I'm not gonna lie, yo. This really makes me respect Nas's projects a lot more now. Cause let me tell you something, bro. Please. Like hearing about like people's upbringings and hearing about where people have come and like being able to make this type of music. I'm sure in his life there was a lot of times where he felt like, yo, I might not ever get to tell my real story. You know, right. Like I might not ever get to tell people what I went through and how far I've come to where I got. You know, he talks about losing friends at an early age, like being 9 years old and feeling like he's 30 years old. You know, like you age quicker when you're in like some of those like dangerous situations growing up, in those like fight for survival type situations. And if you never get to tell your story, it's kind of just lost at that point. And so I respect that he's able to. And I love that he's able to, because I have a newfound respect for like the artists who have come from something that necessarily wasn't the most beneficial to their lives in terms of just having to fight to survive and stuff.
Yeah.
But the fact that they can translate that into art and turn that into something that people can listen to and consume, and some people won't get it, but a lot of people who are like, damn, I've been there, or like I'm happy where I'm at now and I didn't think I'd get here, they get it. And it's just beautiful to see, you know, that journey. And I don't think it's the end of it. I think he's got many other records like this and many other stories to tell like this. And it's cool to have, like you said, he's 37, right? He was born in 86. Mm-hmm. So
37.
Yo, to be able to like age, and especially in rap, to be able to age and be able to tell your story is amazing.
It's beautiful, man. And that's why I don't like, you know, more like when Tyler brought up the point, like, yo, if you was born in 2000, don't tell me your favorite rapper is Biggie and Tupac, right? I think where I would like for that conversation to have gone is by saying, like, Biggie and Tupac died when they were 25 each. You know what I mean? They were both 25. They died a year apart, and they were born a year away from each other or whatever. They were both 25 years old. The fact that they didn't get to grow up, you know, and you know, you're not 25 anymore. I'm not 25 anymore. The version of Biggie that we would have got at 37, the version of Biggie that Tupac that we would have got at 37, we'll never get a chance to they never got a chance to grow out of the phase that they were in whenever their lives ended, right? So there is a beauty to just surviving. There is an amazing thing to just be able to hear what you think now versus what you did then. I mean, he's gone on a Twitter thing about how, like, yeah, you know, what he said like 7 years ago when in an interview, he was like, white people should be able to say nigga if they want. And I think like he went back and he was like, bro, I was mad high when I said that shit. I don't feel like that now. Don't hold me to that. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things, you know, where if you don't get a chance to grow up, you don't get to, you know, and he's talked about how he, got caught up with like the pills and stuff like that, and how tough things got for him. He fell out of love with music. I never thought ScHoolboy would make another album. He had his daughter. He's always been an active father and always talked about his daughter and his music. And then he found a love for golf. I remember hearing about that like 4 or 5 years ago. And I'm like, oh, this nigga done. He's never gonna come back to rap music,
Yeah.
But he did, and he decided that he wanted to tell more stories, and it's very cool. It's very cool. I'm very proud. And
great.
as you get older, the cool thing is when you grow up with these artists, you do get a deeper appreciation for who they are and what they've gone through. These things resonate with you much more deeply. You know what I mean? And that's part of the part of the conversation, that hip hop is so young. We're now getting a chance to have. Nas is not going to be the last rapper to rap at 50 at a high level. He was just the first, really. You know what I mean? Like, the Rakims and the KRSs, they were washed by the time they were 35. So there became this narrative of hip hop being a young man's game. But guys like Nas, guys like ScHoolboy, guys like Kendrick, even Jay-Z for sure, you know what I mean, have kind of proven that there's a version of mature hip hop that should be created, aspired to, sought after. There's a community for it. There's funding for it. There's a way to be successful as an older rapper. You know what I mean? So the fact that ScHoolboy Q has one of the best albums in years is just a testament to that.